Sumer, I see you. Yeah, man. Let's see who else. Jabu, 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 Jabu. Hillary. I'm grinning the same. you know, that's how wide my grin is. I'm happy to see you. Hello, Hillary. We seem to be having a special guest today. My sister is here. She's probably going to be shocked about half the things that I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, let's just wait for the people to come in through. It's a 2 o'clock session. Dumelang. Kgotsong, kgotsong. Happy to see you, Sime. Stay blessed, joined. User 999. Let's see. Fura. So for those of you guys who are wondering that what is it that we're talking about, this week we're still talking about the energy, cleaning up the psyche, restoring up the cells, rebalancing our livelihood again. So that's what we're talking about. We just decided to call it aura. Christians call it Holy Spirit. In Hinduism, they call it Akash. So it goes by different names. So let's see, who do we have? Jane, how are you, Jane? It's a build up to the 2 o'clock. So normally what we do here on this platform, because basically this is a self-funded channel, your likes, your comments, your gifts, your questions, whatever that you want to do, just to help us with the traction of the page, because we're working with the algorithm here. So you can double tap your screen, that's how you give a like, or if you just love me, you can gift me. Whatever that you want to do while we're waiting for the people to come in at 2 o'clock. And by the way, if you have questions, you can paste it here. I did say the last time, even my sister, I'm glad that she's here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not nothing that you're looking for. Because what I've realized in life is nobody can get you well but yourself. You can choose to heal. It's just that you chose not to. And it's difficult because a lot of us are relying on something outside of ourselves to help us. And that's the biggest trap. If the healing has to come, it's from you. If that money has to come, it has to come from you. If your relationships were to work out, you have to start working with yourself. If you want to conquer the world, start conquering yourself. If you start complaining about your colleague, it could be that your colleague is not the problem. Most of the times, we are the problems wherever we go. But while you're at it, because I know it tends to make a whole lot amount of people feel guilty, while you're at it, once you catch yourself that you are the problem, forgive yourself. Before you can start with other people, maybe that's what works for me, Some people prefer to do it like forgive people and still be within them. Not to say there's anything bad with it, but that's why I normally tell people, you can't learn to forgive from the book. You can't learn to forgive from a TikTok video or YouTube video. Even TDJs can't teach you. You have to teach yourself. So if you take somebody's way of doing it and applying it to you, it means you fake to yourself, you're not listening to yourself. And you're going to start having stress, because stress is when you don't agree with yourself. Simple meaning of stress. So yeah, that was just a bit of an intro. So if you think this that I just spoke about, it's something that you want to hear, you can stick around. But if you feel that it's too hot for you, you can send up your likes. Stay nonetheless. Remain with us. I'm going to be here for like 55 minutes. We're talking about the aura. How to clean the memory that we piled up from the past. Because believe it or not, all of us are a bunch of stories. Stories on stories and stories and stories and stories. We got memories, but unfortunately, we only remember bad memories. And that is what is called trauma. So somehow we have to start forgiving ourselves. We have to start healing. We have to start becoming compassionate. And most of the times, that might mean that you have to be separated from everybody. You know, you have to be separated from everybody. It's not a nice process. I mean, I was reading something today about the shamans, the Mexican tribe. You know, they still believe in this concept of shamanism. One of the guys that actually I like a lot is Robin Sharma. He wrote a wonderful book, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Ooh, beautiful book. Get yourself that book. If you don't have it, you can join in the WhatsApp group. We can link you up. And yeah. So he says that at some point, the universe separates you, but not necessarily only in terms of family-wise or money-wise. Sometimes you might be going through a pain that is so much that nobody understands it. Sometimes you could be sitting with an ache or a trauma that you can't even explain in words, but it eats you. It's meant for you. Those are the traumas that I'm actually probing on people to say, let's start touching those wounds. I know it's very painful to replay the painful memory. But like my sister will tell you, she's here, she's a nurse. If she gets a patient with a, say maybe an open wound, the wound won't heal until, or the wound won't heal if you don't touch it. It doesn't heal. For the wound to heal, you have to touch it. You have to put the bandage on it. You have to take off the bandage. You have to clean it up. You have to nurse that wound. You have to take care of that wound for it to be cleaned and for it to heal. That's what we're talking about on this platform. To say that that traumatic memory that you have, that traumatic experience that you're currently going through, probably maybe they just fired you. You know, it's one of those things that we're talking about to say, I'm compelling you that whatever that you're going through, it's meant to do something for you. You're not being punished. I know it looks like that, it sounds like that, it actually even feels like that. But I'm here to propose to you to say that you are being taught. We came here on earth to learn. This is school. But while you're doing that, you have to heal. You have to forgive yourself. You have to love yourself again. You have to understand yourself again. You have to trust yourself again. Don't give up on yourself. Most of this that I just said comes to me, but hopefully somebody else might pick it up as well. Because from time to time we tend to forget that we're still living under the grace of God. It's not by might that we're here or you there where you are. It's because of the grace of God. But we can't understand it if we think that we are being punished. God is not punishing anybody. If anybody is punishing anybody, it's themselves. So I actually even forgot what is it that I wanted to talk about today. Who do we have here? 2 o'clock, yeah. Oh, it sounded like forever. I've been talking and talking and talking. So we're waiting for the 2 o'clock people to come in through. I see that Lorado is here. Hey love, check who do we have here in the audience. Simet's up in the building. Itumza. So I'm slowing down because I'm waiting for the 2 o'clock people to come in through. In case you're wondering, we normally do these sessions 2 o'clock every afternoon. Every weekday particularly. On weekends, you know, it's just sporadic as it comes. So if you're here for the first time or you've been here but you never knew what is it that we're talking about, this might bring a bit of a light to you. Hey Lorado, we're waiting for the people as well to come in through. So yeah. But in the meantime, you're showing them what to do. So this is one of the things that you can do as well. You can gift to the channel. But if you know me personally, or if you want to give me on a side, obviously my numbers are here. Get a hold of the brother and, you know, do whatever that you want to do. But nonetheless, my greatest gift that I'll appreciate so much is for all of us to understand that at some point we are not being punished. With all the deep things that are happening in all of our lives, I mean, all of us are affected in different ways. You best believe it. You'll be sitting there thinking, me speaking like this, it looks like I have it all figured out. No, no. I got nothing figured out. So with you as well, when the pain is too high, you don't know how to gift. I don't know as well, so but I just see people giving here. I saw that Lerato just gave. Hey, Auxilia, Tats, welcome. You guys are getting here already. It's a party. The energies are already pumped up. We're ready to spread the message of hope, the message of hang on. Some half of things that the people that want to heal go through, they can't explain them. Somehow you just don't know why none of the relationships keeps on working, or why you can't even keep a job, or why people around you fall off, they die. There's big things that happen on this journey. But I'm here to impress it upon you to say, hold on. Some are very bad, obviously. I mean, I know it with myself. There's a lot of collateral damages that have happened since the journey has started, you know. You marking the register. Woo-hoo! These are your likes. B. So one other thing that you guys can do if you feel compelled or you love the channel so much, you just don't know what to do with us and you want to subscribe or to be a continual supporter of the channel, you can subscribe to the channel. I think there's a monthly fee that gets paid. I don't get it. TikTok takes 95%. I mean, like, I only get the change. So, but the people that have subscribed, you guys are stars, because half the time I tell you that on this platform, there ain't nothing that we're talking about that is PhD level or master's level. We're talking about simple things. Forgive. Let go. Become hopeful. You go to gift and it will refer you to put in the big. Hey, you see, this one wants money, that one wants money there. So if you want to gift that way, as my sister wants to give, that one wants money. Or if you want to give it to me straight, you know, whoever that is here, the people that have been gifting in the past, the people that are continually going to be gifting, I mean, it means a great deal. God, I don't know how to subscribe. And now you. Oh no. It's okay, we'll subscribe for you, eh? But thank you very much for the love, Osuaga. So this is what I wanted to say quickly. Jokes aside, let's come back to... but the love that's in here, it's amazing. So keep the questions going. Subscribe, you can gift. You can share this page. You can send your likes. You can ask your questions. You can send a love to somebody else. Forgive. Forgiveness, this is a science of forgiveness, which a lot of us don't understand. It's okay to forgive people. It's okay. But it has to start internally first, you see. It has to start internally first, and it will mean that you have to start forgiving yourself. That's a very scary exercise, because at some point, you're going to have to accept all your flaws, as bad as you are. You know, you're going to have to start loving yourself again. Even if people tell you that you're useless, you probably tell yourself a lot that. You know, this goes for everybody. I say it because I tell it to myself sometimes, which has since stopped. Which is one of the things I normally compel to people to say. Watch what you say about yourself to yourself. Watch your internal conversation. It says a lot about you. Watch what makes you angry, because whatever that makes you angry came to teach you something. Whatever that pains you came to teach you something. Whatever the struggles that you're going through. I mean, I was telling the people here this other time that Don't look at me thinking that the nigga has it all figured out. No, far from that. That's what forgiveness is. It's a journey. Healing, it's a journey. You never get to it. Hey, Joy! I see that my wife has taken the responsibility of greeting the people because me, once I get carried over, off I go. And by the way, if you would like for us to meet, we're having a retreat on the 1st of July. We had the first one, Go Kwa Kwa. It was glitz, bruh. It was beautiful. Yet it was horrible because we slept in tents. But it was, if you understand what I mean, mostly if you're going through the biggest shit in your life, the biggest of them all. Shit has levels. Shit has compartments. It's like when you go to school, you got grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Shit as well happens like that in our lives. That is pain. When you're going through the most tremendous amount of pain in your life, focus. It might mean that you have to exclude yourself. It might mean that you have to stop doing things that you used to do in the past. It might mean that instead of hating, you try something different. You just love. Instead of you, in the past, being stingy, you just say, I don't know what he's talking about. I probably don't even like him, but I just want a gift. That's what happens. That's when love comes. That's when that's how healing happens. Start doing the opposite. Fuck, I don't even know what is it that I was talking about. But hey, Joy. Super Life, I see that you're here as well. I see there's a nice thing happening here. People greeting one another. There's something that people are giving. You see, when it's like a love. It comes and it bounces on my head. Then it goes to a number up there. What is that? Love, I saw that you gave it. What is that? But what if the pain just keeps on coming and it doesn't give you... I'm relishing in a question because it's like you're reading my script, unwritten script. Listen to this, Joy. Listen, I think you're going to love this. At one stage, I was on TikTok. I don't normally browse a lot on social medias. My wife will tell you, I think now I run about like 13 months since I've been off Facebook, off Instagram, off Twitter. The first culprit was a TV. I had to get rid of the TV first. I started with the TV, then it came up on social medias and stuff. So at some point I was on TikTok, browsing, because sometimes it can be fun. So I'm browsing and I fall on this video. Slap championship. These people slap each other the ass out for a sport. You best believe it. Go check it out on YouTube. I was astounded when I found this. I'm like, do people do these things? How do we make sure that... Yeah, Super Life, stick around for that. I just want to answer. I'll be very quick then with my answers because these are beautiful questions. Keep them rolling, family. Please keep them rolling because that's how the spirit works. So, I find out that one of the champions were interviewed to ask, what makes you to be a champion when it comes to the sport? Because it looks very painful. And why the fuck do you even do it? It's like people that play boxing. I mean, I look at Mike Tyson knocking the people the ass off and I'm thinking, why even get in a ring with him? But that's how life is. So the champion goes on to say, the trick is, don't tense your body. The champion of the slapping sport, he says, where people slap each other for money, don't tense your body. Don't resist. Go with a slap. I guess that's what Jesus was trying to tell us when he says, turn the other cheek. But now we wanted to make it literal. By the way, most of the things that we talk about here on this platform, in case you haven't picked it up, it's mythological, allegorical. That's why I normally say to people, don't believe it. Don't believe me. Don't take my word. You take it, you are on your own. You'll be telling people to take pain and somebody will be looking at you. What do you mean? But how do you handle it if the pain keeps on coming? Flow with it. It's a Japanese concept, the Tao, Wu Wei, least resistance. Life is painful because we're pushing it back. Someone left his figure in that slip. You might die. That's one of the things that I tell people on this healing journey. I didn't say this disclaimer. Sometimes when you're going through healing journey, you might even die. That's how bad it is. It's a jump. Christians call it grace. It's hard sometimes to forgive someone who the pain. It's a party, sis. It's a party. That's why sometimes in a shaman Mexican tradition they say, while you're busy healing, go somewhere. Shaman is somebody that has denounced. It's somebody that will go to the forest, stay in the forest. Obviously not these days. I mean, you wouldn't want to go to the forest. You might be eaten alive. But the shamanic mythology says that it's somebody that goes outside of the boundaries of what they used to. They jump into the abyss. And they believe it's something that is bigger than them and it carries them. Christians call it grace. I saw that game, I will. So Joy, that's how it is. The trick is, when life hurts you, focus. Talk to your pain. It's very scary. I must tell you this, né? The first time when I did this, oh my word, it was amazing. Say maybe you're dealing with, sorry for the people that might have went through it, because I know there's a lot of people that might have been touched. I'm not, let's take the issue of molestation. That's a horrible thing. Horrible. Because now, you must remember, you must now go there. You replay that whole scenery from what they were wearing. In a case of molestation, how did it smell like? What was being cooked? If it was cloudy, somehow your body cannot handle it when it's cloudy outside. It gets a bit fidgety because your body remembers the trauma. So when I say to people heal, you have to go as far as back as that. That's how pain gets to yield to you and to give you bounties to say, we thought that you were going to die. Fuck, you made it. That's how normally I feel like ancestors are looking at us or God is looking at us, whoever that you're going with. Because here on this platform, whether you this side or you that side, it don't matter to me. Whatever that works for you. If you pray to a rock, your rock brought you here to teach you something. If you pray to God, God brought you here to teach you something. If you pray to Buddha, fuck man, Buddha brought you here to learn something. If you walk with Krishna, if you're walking with your ancestors, if you are a scientist, an astrophysicist, whatever works for you, do you. Don't let people tell you that candles are bad. For who? Some people I know the conscious community people, they'll be walking around, when they see a Christian carrying a Bible, they'll be like, ooh, dummies. But now you forget that you were once in those shoes. You're like, it's amazing how hating something or hating somebody is such a fucking waste of time. Somehow we have to learn it the hard way though. And it's not easy to go as back as we tried. Oh! Joy, that's what we do, by the way. My numbers are right here on the platform. We help people with that. But with us, we don't do it like, it's not a hypnotherapist. It's more like, linguistically, we take you there because information is energy. Part of the reason why we don't want to do it over the phone, just now, we make you regress. They call it regressive psychology, regressive hypnotherapist. It's somebody that takes you, not the body. It's somebody that takes you from your head. They take you back to where the pain is. And now they have to help you again once you're done with the pain. Come back, because a lot of people get stuck. Which is what has been... Oh. Is it back? So let's do this now. I think, let me see. How long have I been here? I've been here now for almost like 30 minutes. And we're talking about these things. So it's possible though. Yeah. Sue read, if the universe is not done with you, you'll go back again. Or if God is not done teaching you the lesson, probably you'll go back. And mind you, I'm not saying that you should believe this. I'm just giving you a bit of a different perspective. Perspective that we came here to learn, not to fight. So it's a very tricky game because a lot of us have been taught that the world is a dog-eat-dog. So the world is not a dog-eat-dog. It's a lie that. Give, you're not going to run out. Love, you're not going to die from it. Forgive, it will actually do you good. Forgiveness is known to reduce high blood pressure. Forgiveness is known to improve man's sexuality. Forgiveness is known to actually make your skin look radiant. Forgiveness is also known to make your cells vibrate at the tremendously high rate. That's how bad it is. But now, if you're not forgiving and you're holding on to it, but now, you have to understand, forgiveness doesn't mean like now, today, tomorrow, you're going to go in and say, we're cool. No. It has to internally start with you. You cook it. You cook it so that when you get to people, you wouldn't even need to say it. They'll just see it. G, thank you very much for the follow. Who loves me? Who wants to give me likes? For the next 30 minutes, maybe perhaps we can clock up 10,000. Who wants to gift? Who wants to share? Who wants to know about the retreat that we're having on the 1st of July? Or who just came here to steal? Because I know some people will be like, what now? So I'm going to start charging for my service. I'm going to start charging. Listen to that, spiritual capitalism. I like that. So let me answer Superlives. Superlive, you asked something as to how do you protect your family or the people that are around you while you're going through this journey. Let me say this, for free. You're going to encounter a whole lot amount of collateral damage on your journey. Things are going to break. Things are going to fall apart. People are going to be looking at you as if like you smelling. Oh, yeah. My wife just posted something quickly. Lerato is a person that you need to be in contact with if maybe perhaps you want to arrange the one-on-one, which we do, by the way. She designed something beautiful. Check her out. She's right here on TikTok as well. Her numbers are right here. Love, if you don't mind, you can paste them on through. If people want to know about the retreat as well, there's a person that you can talk to. But nonetheless, that's how we have it, because at some point, I became very illustrious about these phone calls. Somebody will call me and now want to talk to me. I'll talk to them for like 10 hours. And now the 10 hours goes, I'm like, pfft. That's how knowledge is. So she says to me, you talk a lot. So structure your stuff, get your stuff in order. So those are the things. I'm still trying to get used to it, because when I go that way, that's what normally God does to us as well. Just to give you an example. When you're going off track, somehow you have to crash before you can learn. It's a messed up game. It's very tricky. And now you want to be hating everybody else for doing whatever. No, it's not about that. All revolves around you. What's your aura? What's your story? Do you hate red because somebody that molested you wore red? Red didn't do anything wrong to you. It's a story that you told yourself about red that makes red to be your enemy. Do you hate women? Do you hate parents? I know for me, I was nearly. I was like 5'2". I was like 5'2" to say, fuck parents. I don't want parents. Oh, fuck parents. But I had to reframe my story to say, whoever that did me pain, they didn't come from a place of hate. I doubt they did. If they did, yes, fuck them. Because some of the things are so painful. But what I'm trying to propose to people to take is change your perception. Hey, Lerato, Dumelang, everybody that is here. So this is how you gift You go somewhere there, it will say it wants your bank details. You put them in, it starts taking the money from your Capitec. If you don't want to give that way, my numbers are here. You can hack the whole system. So, but nonetheless, don't finish up your money. The retreat is still on the 1st of July. It's 1,800 rand. My wife is a person that you need to talk to about that as well. You don't bring food, we got you. You don't bring bed or like the last one that we had. Oh, it was amazingly painful. But it was beautiful. Have you ever had that instance whereby you look back at your life's most painful moments and you like, shit, God, that when it happened, at some point I felt like I was dying. But look at where I am because of that pain. Don't hate yourself. It's a waste of time. So, how do you protect your people that are around you while you're going through this journey? Let them know. I don't think it was painful. It was really fun. But damn, you see, that's what I'm saying. It depends what you call it. Life is not that bad. It depends what you call it. So, Super Life, this is what you can do. I don't know, from my side, is try to tell them. I mean, like brothers, sisters. Try to show them. If then obviously they can see it, your spirit will tell you what to do. Somehow you might convert your sister, or like my sister is here. You are in trouble. Or you might, find a friend in whoever. Like yesterday, my son astounded me so much. He says, he asked a very amazing question. And it got my heart throbbing. I was like, woo-hoo, listen to that question. This is what he says. He says, this concept of God, not his words, but I'll try to paraphrase it. He says, there's this concept of God, right? But who made God? I was like, woo-hoo. You'll hear such conversations when people close to you start saying them. If they don't say them, tell them. If you can't tell them, show them. But nonetheless, Super Life, that was just me making it fictitious. It's much more bigger than that. You have to listen to yourself. Your spirit will tell you. At some point, obviously, you'll start doing them you'll have your incense. You'll wait for your wife to leave. You'll be looking. Are they gone? And now you go to your incense, you light it up. And mistakenly they come back. My husband is on you. Now, Super Life, my wife will tell you a thing or two about that. She's here on the people that are here. Let me give you guys a bit of a story. That is if I have time. It's about prayer. Listen to this. And just in case maybe perhaps you want the story to continue, we're using the mobile data that we're paying from hour to hour. I normally go on once because the data costs are a little bit crazy. If you feel like you need the story to go on, you can batch the brother so that we can remain connected, so that we can take the conversation further. But if there are more personal things that you want to talk about and you feel that this box is the right one to talk to you, you can call me. My wife is right here on the platform. She calls it one-on-one. We've been fighting about that name, or she doesn't know. Probably I've been fighting with myself about that name, but whatever that it is, welcome to the club. So, hey, Meta Pebbles, it looks like the house is getting all together. So, this is what then happens, Super Life. Healing, it's a form of touching pain. The people that have decided to take a healing journey, they must be very crazy, including yourself. I don't know where you sold it, or did somebody convince you to say heal, because it's the biggest trap of it all. The trap being, Not everybody tells us that if you heal, it means that you are comfortable to face your dark self. Because healing means touching the wound. That's all that it means. The wound is dark. Joseph Campbell calls it the cave. Carl Gustav Jung calls it the shadow. So when you heal, you look at yourself, you're like, bruh, me and you today, we're going to take each other on. And your pain stands there. It's like, tell me more. It's like, tell me more. You're like, ooh, can we start with a softer pain? And your pain says no. That's a way on how God or the universe tests you to say, do you have this or you don't? In Japanese, the yogis, they say, or the masters rather, Zen masters, Zen Buddhists, they say, they noticed a very disturbing trend. When they enroll students to their yoga ashram or center, students' lives gets fucked up in many ways. People next to them die. They start losing their jobs. The body starts falling off. Their relationships go to the gutters, some divorce. And now they wanted to investigate what causes that. So they went deeper. This is what they found out. Before the healing becomes you, parts of you that are not healed needs to be taken out. Ego has to go. But now the ego is not going to just look at you and say, yeah, we're going to laugh today. We listen to TikTok. Woo-hoo. The ego is not going to do that. The ego is going to be like, we have been hating for the last 55 years. What the fuck, man? Why now all of a sudden you listen to TikTok or you check out YouTube or you just go, you went and bought yourself a new book about forgiveness and all of a sudden you think you can defeat me? Your body's like, hoo-hoo, it's a party. A lot of people give up. Some people die, those who stood the pain. Some people go mad, mentally disturbed. It's very easy. That's why I'm saying it's a trap. So you have to be very careful when you go into healing. But just to soothe you, to make sure that we're still friends, don't stop. If you need an ally, we're here. We got the WhatsApp group. We're not promising anything. We don't want to be charged for false advertising. In that group, there's no healing. There's so much chaos in there that there's order. That's how your life should be. It's chaotic. You can't pay your debit orders. You get evicted from time to time. I mean, it's like telling the people about just a bit of a story of my life. And me and my wife, hey, you guys, come to the retreat. You'll see these things. You'll hear these things. He went crazy, eh? He's okay. He's okay now. Super Life, oh, how I wish that you guys can exchange conversations with my wife because she'll tell you a thing or two. But nonetheless, thank you very much for those that are still keeping on going on. And by the way, hey Faith, we're almost there to the 10,000 mark. Lena, I think I'll take a question. Let me see how much time I have. Before most of my secrets starts going out. I need to get off here. So, hey Faith and everybody that is here, if you're new, you can like the page. You can ask your question. If you want us to speak like one-on-one, they call it, you can get hold of my wife. She's just here on the platform. She can arrange that for you. If you want to come to the retreat or you're not going to come or you want to support towards this channel, or you just love us, you just don't know. Parts of you are saying, we hate him, but all right, oh no, it's okay. If you feel like that, you can give to the channel. My numbers are here. She's here as well. She's on TikTok as well. She's doing a tremendous amount of things. By the way, while I'm speaking about her, I feel like I need to help a lot of people on this issue. When you're going through a healing journey, doesn't mean you have to stop going to church. That's a lie. When you're going through a spiritual journey, doesn't mean that you have to start hating pastors now. That's a trap. If you're dealing with that, heal. How do you do it? We got ways, like I was saying, my wife has these ways on how, because there's people that are struggling with the energy movement in their bodies, and we take them through the whole conversation because there are ways and means. You have to deploy some bit of neuroscience on this. It's more of a hack. You have to sneak up on your ego, When you destroy your ego, you don't just go like, you don't beat a drum to look for a thief in the dark, do you? You don't do it like police. Police, when they come to you, you can see the lights are there. They're like, That's how your ego looks at you sometimes, So when you deal with your ego, you got to be sneaky. But being sneaky means you have to have an open mind. You have to read some books that you don't even agree with. Listen to what people say about ancestors. You don't have to hate it from the outright. Listen to what people say about Jesus. You don't have to hate it from the outright. If people are doing candles, if somebody prays to a stone, like with me, I'm not necessarily saying I'm praying to a stone, but I might as well be. Because everything to me, from what I see, it's a creation of God. So why do we not call it God? Kabir, a Muslim mystic, at one stage he was quoted saying, "To whom shall I preach?" And they asked him, "What do you mean?" He says, "Because wherever I go, I see the face of God. To the rock, to the rapist, to Mahatma Gandhi, to your ex, or your current partner, your nemesis, and everybody and everything, whatever the fuck is happening is God, bruh. So let it go. Let it flow." I didn't say it was not dangerous though. It's very dangerous to trust. Very dangerous to love. Very dangerous to trust nature. But it's a price that we have to pay than always wanting to control it. How has it worked for you so far? You want to figure everything out. Your family has to be taken out. Your children have to be taken out. When you even want to take care of them after you die. You go now, you pay for the funeral policy. What is happening? We've stopped living in the moment. We are in a perpetual state of fear. It's because we have not healed. May we embark on that journey. If it's too dark for you, it's meant to be. And I think I'll take one question and I'll be out of here. So the retreat is open. The sports are actually very slowly, and very quickly diminishing. We're taking 20 participants this time. Talk to my wife about, she's got some plans on how you structure it out. Glad to keep it together, sending hugs. Thank you very much. We receive them. Be open to everything and take whatever resonates with you. I like that. Put it in a pipe if it works for you. Don't go for it. Take whatever that you take and leave whatever that needs to be left. Don't force anything. Don't resist anything. Don't tense up. When it's too tight, focus. That's a trap. And there are ways on how obviously we do it. Some people don't have systems yet. Some people don't even know that they have this thing of divinity, which all of us, by the way, have. They call it the Kundalini energy or your third eye. They call it like it's like, maybe it might have come to you, you didn't go to it. And you don't know how to handle it. Your body's falling apart. You're sick to the bones. By the way, a disease in a body, it's as a result of the imbalance in a body. The imbalance in a body is because of the cells that have tended to become free radicals. Free radicals are cells that have went malignant because whatever that we're telling ourselves, it's painful for them. Our thoughts. We got a program as well for that. You can come on through with it. We can take you through it. Obviously, there's price to that. We will charge you. You know? And I'll take a question. If there is, or if there isn't, from my side, I'm done. So I'll take some likes just to catch up for the 20,000 that we spoke about. Or 10, not 20. So, if you want to access some of the lives that we've done in the past where we're talking about some difficult issues or technical issues, I'm putting them on YouTube. I started yesterday about when I was talking about cleaning the aura. It's quite lengthy. Aesthetics, it doesn't look good, but listen to what I'm saying. Leave the aesthetics. It's still dry. So I have to wait for that. I'll wait for. You know me, I'll wait for that. You know, let me like myself in the meantime. Oh yeah, we on a 10,000. So that's how it is. Coming back from the retreat, we're gonna be starting to be having something like classes. I don't know. My wife will tell you more about that. In case you wanna get yourself down. I know there are people that ask me about a chakra, and now I can't speak a lot about it because a whole host amount of us are struggling with different issues, including myself. And for me, as I get it, I pass it on. So as I'm talking, I'm learning at the same time. So I know there are people that are finding value into this. And if you haven't, file it somewhere. I'm not saying particularly from me. It might be from a book. It might be from some YouTube, from some lady. Or particularly even from yourself. This is a time where we need to heal. We need to appreciate ourselves. Because whatever that we appreciate tends to increase in value. If you hate yourself, you need to understand what is it that you're doing to yourself. You're decreasing your value. As a result, God can't see you as worthy because you don't believe that you're worthy. Telling the people yesterday, or last week I think, that I've been dealing up with the issue of worthiness, particularly for myself. And I must tell you, it's been a hell of a roller coaster. The time it took for me to unwrite that belief, I'm still not even done. The belief that I don't see myself as worthy. Somehow it was written so much in my brain that whenever when somebody said,